So to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, my goal is to give you a message that your ancestors have for you at this very moment. The first thing we're going to do is shuffle out one major arcana from the Magical Dogs Tarot to see what major part of your life your ancestors want to address. If you want to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're interested, you can also find me on TikTok and Instagram. Links are in the description. We have the Sun, which of course everyone loves to see that card. But what your ancestors want to talk about is your perspective on life, on loss, and also on gains. There's definitely an emphasis here on changing your perspective on loss and those sorts of challenges, or any challenge at all. I just really feel like this is about changing your perspective about yourself and the world to really unlock, I'm hearing, your deepest and truest potential. But now we got an idea of what your ancestors want to address. I'm going to use the Secrets of Tarot cards to look deeper into this to see, what else there is to be said. The King of Swords. That makes a lot of sense. The King of Swords, I just saw 144 if that's relevant for anybody, but the King of Swords is someone who is in a very clear state of mind or clear headspace. They know what they want for themselves. They know the kind of impact that they want to create in the world, which is very much related to their past, maybe more specifically their childhood. I'm saying 222. So of course I'm not really surprised that I'm seeing that, especially since it's a big message about mental health for me. But in general, the idea of balance, I'm really picking up on this strong energy. Temperance might be significant, of sorting things out, or sifting through something within, basically detoxifying yourself of lies, those stories that you tell yourself. I definitely get a strong energy here about having a clear state of mind and very sharp judgment. It's very important to change your perspectives, to even just be open and willing to do that. I'm also picking up on the Hierophant with this king sort of energy. And the Hierophant to me is about leadership, but the start of that leadership, I'm saying 333, before you really get into that leadership, you need to start at square one and get yourself a clear state of mind where you're seeing yourself and your surroundings exactly for what they are instead of what you want them to be. I'm also picking up on self-destruction. Next, we have the Ten of Cups. Again, I'm not really surprised to see that card, because the Ten of Cups to me is about your long-term emotional stability. This could have to do with relationships, but this reading definitely feels like it's more so focused on your emotional stability, yourself, your relationship with yourself. And all of your spirit guides, ancestors or not, they want you to know that they're there for you and they want to help you change your perspective. They want to help you see things differently. I'm feeling something here about occult or divine type of wisdom coming up that could really help close some gaps. I'm seeing 444. Yeah, the foundation of your foundation is what's being addressed here. If you're not seeing things for what they are, you can't, if you're not secure and stable within, you cannot manifest that in your outer world. And I'm also feeling something here about looking or recognizing the importance of your mental health. It's like there's some sort of like detachment here, like a broken connection that seems to make you kind of overlook your mental health. I'm really just picking up on that message that your perspective matters. I like to use the analogy that just like the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, you are the powerhouse of your foundation. You know what I mean? That power comes from you. And the sword is double-edged. Are you going to use this awareness to empower yourself or hurt yourself? Are you going to use it to empower others or to hurt others? I'm definitely feeling something here about choices and how those are very, very important, especially like choices that aren't tangible, like choosing a different perspective, choosing to see things in a certain way. We have the Page of Swords. That makes a lot of sense. The Page of Swords here is definitely highlighting your more, I know it's more like the Page of Wands that kind of the fiery energy comes from, but the Page, you know, it's all like in my mind, the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups, that's like, those together is like the Page of Wands, you know? But this Page of Swords here, I see that you are a courageous person and you're willing to take risks and to stand up for yourself, but there's a better way to do it. And I'm also feeling there's better things to be fighting for as well. There is a warning here with the Page of Swords about ignorance or naivety or something like that. Taking actions only based on how you feel rather than on how you feel and how you think, you know? I'm definitely feeling that there needs to be more logic and reason to your actions. Not every action you take is going to be based in logic, but it does feel like a balance needs to be had here. That balance energy is coming up, you know, not too courageous and ambitious, but also not, you know, too fearful and unmotivated. You know, it's a balance. I'm definitely picking up something here on extremes. An all or nothing type of attitude might be significant. I am picking up the universe is coming through, and I'm picking up that I lost it. I guess since this is an ancestor reading, but yeah, we got the Two of Swords. We got the Page and the Two. Yeah. Again, something here about choices coming up. There could be a specific choice being highlighted, but I'm feeling this is more general, and how your choices need to be rooted in knowing your worth and what you deserve rather than, you know, trying to please others or prove something. I'm picking up on like Seven of Cups type of energy. You definitely need to be careful with what you invest in. And what's really going to help you see what you should and shouldn't invest in is, you know, clearing up your mind. You know, I'm definitely really picking up strongly on that overthinking type of energy. And that coming from, you know, caring what people think and expecting yourself to be perfect and stuff like that. And it's like your ancestors, they want you to have a more realistic image and expectations for yourself, seeing your true strengths and, you know, being realistic with, you know, workload. Maybe working too much could be a problem here. I feel called to say that there's more to life than a job. You're worth more than that, for sure. And And I like that this Two of Swords came up, because that 222 earlier, that message of mental health. I think before you make decisions, particularly risky decisions, allow yourself the time and space to really think about it. And if it really truly aligns with your morals, you can't lead. I mean, you can lead people, anyone can, but it's important to, not be a lost shepherd. You want to lead people in the right direction instead of lead people in the right direction in healthy and fair ways through truth rather than deception. Maybe manipulation is coming up, lying. For some reason, the argument, picking up on like a debate topic, if morals are subjective or objective, that could be significant as well. Bro, we have the Queen of Swords. I just saw 111 and then 1111. We started with the King of Swords, and now we have the Queen of Swords on the end over here. And it's like the Queen here, I think this is more talking about your judgment and your perspectives. Like the Queen is what's going on internally, and the King is, external expression of what's going on with the Queen, that internal. Let me think. There's actually, I'm realizing there's a lot of sword energy here, which I think is interesting, especially with the Sun card and how this is all about changing your perspective on loss and challenges yourself and the world and all that kind of thing. Definitely, this reading is about your mind, for sure. This Queen of Swords also comes in with a strong sense of confidence. I think you need to cultivate that within yourself, so that way you're not afraid to tap into your individuality, be your own person. Sing 1222, which is a message for me that the universe is asking for you to meet halfway through authenticity. You cannot have more in life without losing it in the future if you're not seeing things clearly, pretty much. And it's like, you give to yourself and the universe will give you more. Pretty much. Even though the world can look crappy at times, truth and things like truth and unconditional love, those things will always win. So I'm very strongly picking up on changing your perspective on the world, not only seeing it as a dark and scary place, but also as a place with a lot of potential for growth and expansion and change. I feel that there is a lot of potential here that is untapped, and that you're actually a very wise person, but it's your pain that makes you make decisions without tapping into your wisdom and what you know, and what you feel as well. Your heart and your mind are both important. I'm picking up on something here about there's some illusions here that need to be broken, where nothing is ever really divided. It's all connected, especially when you think about it on a universal level. Humans are a bit different from the rest of the animals on this planet, but we're still meant to be here. If we weren't, we wouldn't be here. And to wrap up this reading, I would like to use these, what is it called? Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards to, just get a few more cards. But the fire on here is very, very significant. There's a specific meditation that I'm thinking of. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. I think it's by a YouTube channel called Lavender, and it's about self-confidence and courage, I think, or something like that. And there's something here about seeing your inner fire, your passion, your ambition, protecting that, and tapping into it. It's not that you're not already passionate and ambitious and stuff like that. It's just how you use that energy is what needs to be addressed. Instead of investing in conflict and trying to be right and those sorts of things, invest it in yourself and your future, and in how you could serve those around you. You may underestimate your potential, for sure. I mean, if you're connected with spirituality, I'm feeling something like you don't even know your potential, dude. Like, it's if you've already started working on your mental health, keep doing that. And if you haven't, this is definitely a call to start doing that. So that way you can tap into your own inner Hierophant, seeing 555, and lead people with the things that you learn from your pain, turning pain and fear into wisdom and potential, transmuting energy is what I'm feeling. Right now you're definitely needing to be focused on your inner world, for sure. But the first Ancestor Oracle card is enjoy music with instruments, sound, and tone. I thought tone said time. It's not the first time I've done that. So there could, actually, I really wouldn't be surprised if what you need to change your perspective on is time. And you're being guided to teach yourself how to be more patient and accepting of where you're at, so that way you have a better chance of getting to where you actually want to be in life. Because being impatient is what's going to cause you to be self-destructive and make decisions you don't truly believe in. I feel like, music I think it's significant for a lot of spiritual people. But yeah. Pay attention to the music that you listen to. Pay attention to lyrics that stick out, or if songs get stuck in your head, pay attention to that and what that's saying. That's actually your intuition coming through. When songs get stuck in your head, your spirit guides trying to communicate and stuff like that. I'm also picking up something here about journaling. And if you write, listen to music while you do that. And pay attention to words that sync up. Like, if you write the word 2, like the number, and you hear the number 2 in the song, that's a message. Look at the sentence. I hope this is making sense, but look at the sentence that is synced up with. I'm feeling a little bit distracted because there's a kitty whining outside of my door because he's still a little baby. But yeah, instruments as well. Of course, if you are into playing instruments, you're being guided to keep doing that and to stay connected to the sound, for sure. Which I just realized that says sound right there, the tone. There's something here about frequency, for sure. Wow, you might want to look deeper into the spiritual aspect of frequency and vibration and stuff like that, for sure. Definitely take that take that to Google. Begin writing now. What did I say? With journaling. Yeah. If you're already listening to music while you journal, that cat was distracting me, but I remember. If you already listen to music while you journal and you notice that words sync up, pay attention to that. Note what word or phrase or whatever is synced up, and then look at that sentence that sync is in. That's really interesting, actually. If you don't write at all, but you like music, maybe, you could explore spirituality through listening to music and writing at the same time. But this also says create, express, and inspire. Maybe in terms of pursuing your purpose and using your pain, turning that into potential, maybe writing a book or something like that could be a part of that in some form or fashion, some way. I feel like you should be open-minded about how writing could be incorporated into your purpose. And it doesn't even have to directly be like the work that you do with other people, just like, even if it's a behind-the-scenes kind of thing, if that makes sense. But if it's not writing, there's a lot of creative energy here, actually. Seeing 222, yeah, your mental health, focusing on that, and releasing the lies that you tell to yourself about yourself and the world, releasing those will really amp up that passion and that creativity. And I feel like you're going to feel antsy, like you feel like you want to create something, but you don't know how, what outlet to express yourself in. So you're definitely being called to explore with that, maybe making music or playing an instrument, writing, anything creative. It doesn't even have to be any of those that I mentioned. But regardless, your ancestors do want you to express yourself more. I feel like writing could be particularly helpful with that, because writing can help you see things about yourself that you didn't see before. Perhaps you're being called to actually keep a journal regularly, and inspire. There is something here about your story and how that could inspire others. Maybe there's something here about reading those journal entries to the world. For your last card, wow, awaken your inner shaman with connect, invoke, and heal. The energy here feels very, very spiritual. We have a lot of creativity and messages here about your purpose. I'm hearing making your mark on the world, making a difference, blazing your own path. Awakening your inner shaman, you're definitely meant to guide people, to give advice, to help people see things differently. Like, you can't help others see things differently if you don't first see things differently. You have the potential to help people feel more confident in themselves and discover their own purpose through their own pain. And picking up on something like a domino effect, or more like a ripple effect. What you do matters. And whether you believe it or not, you have an impact. And you influence people. And whether it's for better or for worse. Again, that double-edged sword message coming up. Yeah. That's really, really interesting. Actually connect. Again, the energy of connecting with people through your story. Invoking. I definitely feel something about inspiring others to initiate their own mental health or spiritual type journey. And healing, of course, your own healing creates healing. Just like negativity is contagious, so is positivity. And yeah, you have power, and it matters how you use it. But that is the end of your reading. I hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you liked it, hit the like button to show me that this is the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can donate through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. I just saw 333. Also, and if you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.